All right. So right here I have woven in really simply just a couple pieces of thread, and you can see that they're not together. So this would mimic having a broken thread. Um, and what you would want to do is pull it out so you have more yarn to work with to tie together, and so it's kind of like making a pull because it's going to make the fabric pucker along where you're pulling it through. This is in the weft, but it's going to make it tighter along here, and you don't have to worry about that because you'll tuck it back in when you're done. But first you make it long enough so that you can tie it together. And if you can see here, I'm just because I'm illustrating, I'm not going to do it because it's not really in the weave, but you would want them to be closer together. There's a little spot here that it's not quite in the pattern. So I would get a needle and make sure that they're right next to each other in the pattern before you tie the knot together, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to start tying this knot, and I would leave a little bit of a tail in the knot if you can, so that you can weave in the tail also and it's not sticking out. Like, hopefully you'll just be able to see the knot. And then so you have the knot there, and you would gradually spread it back out. I don't know if you saw my fixing a pull video, but you would gradually move this along so that it works its way back into the fabric. So if you have any puckering, you would kind of spread it out along the width or the length, depending on if you're fixing a warp or a weft thread, until it looks like you can't see it as much. And then I would get the needle and weave the sticking out pieces of yarn back in. So what I usually do is put the needle in first because it's a little stubby piece, and you should be able to fit it in to the eye and just kind of pull it through, and then it'll tuck it back into the weave. And do the same thing for the other side. And then when you're finished, if you have it so that they're right up next to each other in the pattern, and you put both tails of the knot back into the fabric, you won't be able to see it other than having a little bit of a knot. And when you wash it, the puckering should go away if you have spread it far enough across the width or length of the wrap. Thanks.